Hello, this is Angela McFarlane and you're stamping with aMac. This is one of our projects in the goodie bag for our retreat. So this is like a little tent fold card, and it looks complicated, but it's actually quite simple to make. And it's kept fastened with a little Velcro dot, and it opens out like this. So I will show you what is in your kit and how to make this card, how to assemble the card. So in your envelope, you will find this. You will find 3 squares, and they're 9.5 by 9.5 centimeters. 2 pieces of designer series paper. You can choose which side you want to use, and these squares are 9 by 9 centimeters. And a little flower that has been stamped and cut for you from the hand pen, a piece of ribbon, and a Velcro dot. Now what you will need to do is score and cut these yourself. So with our white squares, all 3 of them need to be scored diagonally down the middle, so from point to point, just once. So remember to use your scoring blade, and I find it easiest to line this up in my trimmer, but in the little groove I'll line the points up and hold that down so it doesn't move, and just score that, and that's nicely scored from end to end, so we'll be able to fold that over. We need to do it for all 3 of them. So do take your time to line it up, because it is important that they get scored exactly from point to point. So here's my 3rd one. They only get scored on one of the diagonals. And when we've got the 3 of those scored, we want to change to our cutting blade, and we will be cutting these from point to point. So I didn't do all the scoring and cutting for you because you're very capable of it. So there we go. There's one. Then my 2nd one. It doesn't matter which way you go. The paper that I've chosen is not directional, so it shouldn't matter. You can always line that up when you're sticking it to your card as well. So we've got the 2 of those cut and scored. So then what we're going to want to do is fold these over and burnish them down and have them well burnished. So this card is actually a lot easier to make than the finished product looks. So when we have the 3 of those pieces together, I will just open this up. So you will actually flatten 2 of these out, and you will line them up so that the score lines sort of make an arrow towards the center. And then your 3rd square will line up in there. Okay, so the easiest way to glue this, I actually get a pencil. I'll just move that up a little bit and just draw a line there, and I'll do it the same on the other side just to give myself a guide of where to put the glue. So I only want to put glue in those areas there, and I think it's best to only do one at a time. So I'll add the glue, and you want that sitting just inside that fold there. So I'm using liquid glue, And as always, less is more. Don't go too close to the edges because you don't want it oozing out. Then I will carefully attach this, make sure the point is lined up, and just make sure that that does close over while you're doing it. And we just squish that down, and there we have that nice crease still there. And then we'll repeat this on the other side as well. Once again, I'll just put some glue on that part. That way when you draw your line, it makes sure that you don't go over the edge with your glue and that it doesn't actually ooze out. So we'll just line that up. And I like using Tombow because of the wiggle room factor, I like to call it. So there, when that's nicely glued, you can see the top, we've got the V or the arrow pointing upwards. Then we've got this other piece down here. So this will then fold over like that, but we do need to add our designer series paper onto it as well. So these pieces that you have cut, it's up to you if you want the patterns to match up, so you keep those pieces that you cut together. And we can go like that. If you choose to do so, you can go spots, or you can mix and match. You can even go like so. It's entirely up to you what you want to do with it. So once again, with the glue, less is more. And this time I'll place it on my smaller piece. I always like to place the glue on my smaller bit because then I know I won't go over the edge. And because this is cut 1/2 centimetre shorter, that just allows for a nice little border. So there we go. Attach that and repeat the process with the other ones. Give my glue a little bit of a shake. I'm coming towards the end of it. So once again, I just keep my equal spacing from the sides and from the bottom. And stick that down. It's quite an effective little card, and it's really nice to stand it up on a shelf or something like that for a display. You're welcome to put whatever greeting or decorations you want to inside the card. That is entirely up to you. And I just wanted to use the black and white paper in this instance because the cherry cobbler and the old olive just add a pop of colour to the project. It provides a nice contrast as well. Once again, just keeping an eye on my spacing. Line that up. Stick it down. So now we've got that ready to go. And I'm going to be closing mine this way. So I'll just flip that over. And I'll actually be attaching my my flower with dimensionals as well. But before attaching it, I'm just going to be threading this ribbon around the stem. So we'll just pop it around here. And we can tie a nice knot. And I love the gold in this ribbon as well. Careful with the ends, they like to fray a little bit. But it's a little bit tricky to get it. Just pull it tight like that. And then you should have enough extra to just trim it off a little bit if it has frayed. Use your nice paper snips. Okay, so I think I will actually close my card. So to close your card, what I would do is attach my white piece of Velcro to, if you have this pointy bit pointing down, you peel off your Velcro dot, I would attach it to the top right corner. So that way when it closes, we can pop our clear piece here. So be careful when you're putting them down because it is clear. It'll be a little bit hard to find. I'll just peel that off and I will attach it to my white dot so that I can get it perfectly in position when I close it. So I've got that attached. I line everything up and I just close the card and I press it tightly, and I should have that stuck on there now. When you do open it, just sort of support it a little bit to pop it open. Okay, then I think the easiest way to attach your flower is to attach it while your card is actually closed. So I'll just grab a few dimensionals and pop them on. You can use as many as you like. I'll actually pop one over the ribbon, this part here as well. Just see, add one there. I can tuck that in afterwards. You just peel your backings off and attach your little flower there. You can just tuck that under if you want to. So there we have it. There's our little tent fold card. It sits quite nicely, and I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you enjoy the retreat. Happy stamping and have a wonderful day.